Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. This is Voice It Out Broadcast Network, where we inspire change by helping you bloom beyond boundaries. My name is Wangere Njeri, and today is Social Friday. Hashtag I have a dream of a beautiful society. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I have my friends here with me from Chuka University Radio. You can always follow Chuka University Radio across all social media platforms. And before we can continue, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend. Now, let me first give them an opportunity to introduce themselves.
Alright, hi everyone, I'm Rhoda Abuya.
Yes, in the middle of this beautiful, beautiful ladies is a tall, dark, handsome for another day. Dennis Langat is here.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Watu itabidi mmezoea. Have wonderful people. Wezi katiza maisha yako, by the way. Yeah, we had tunaongeza masiku.
Yeah,
anyway.
sure.
But today I'm sad. I'm very sad, by the way.
Yes, the nation is sad when you are sad, by the way.
The nation is sad.
Yes.
The reason why I'm sad is because in the course of this week, the BBC released a report, an expose about what the cost of our tea in our country. And I'm sure everyone has watched and everyone is aware of it. But there is more to what we just saw, and that is just what I want us to discuss today. It is such a sudden situation that for someone just to make a living, they have to give out their bodies. Like, that is the cost of our tea. That's the cost of tea in our country. And I just want to know what was your first impression wakati hiyo video ilikuwa released?
I think I will allow my brother here.
Yeah, but we should start from him.
Yes.
No, I said tall, dark, handsomeness, leave it for another day.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
you know, as a country, we've been going deep, looking for the cost that farmers are trying to put at the end of the day, the tea farmers, you know. But then there's this thing that is hidden inside tea farms. You're getting it? I'm coming from Kericho, and by the way, what you're talking about is a investigation that was done in Kericho County. I feel like hitting someone seriously. Seriously, because that is so shameful. It's something that those people that they have undergone this situation, they are so traumatized, you know. So it's so sad. On my side, I just can say it's so sad. And I don't know what you're going to do and what you're going to look after, because you find as a manager who is working, you see, they were reporting that there is a manager who has 800 employees under him. How many women are working under him in that situation? Very many. How many women have gone through sexual harassment from these managers? So many. I don't know. I really don't know what you're going to do because of this.
What's your impression, Rhoda?
My impression when I watched this video was, what is my place as a woman in this society? Have we reached a point where in Kenya women have specifically been objectified as sexual tools, as objects of satisfaction? So that and my impression was, this is so humiliating.
Yeah.
This is so humiliating. Because we are not looking at single women here. We're looking at women who have husbands back at home.
Yes.
We're looking at women who have children. How do I face my children when I put for them food to the table? How do I face my husband when I put food to the table for him? How do I face the masculine colleagues? Because I equally asked myself, are these women only sexually harassed by the managers, or are they also sexually harassed by their male, colleagues,
Yes.
by their male counterparts? Because news travels. I'm sure these men who work alongside these women know, what actually is going on,
Yes.
behind the big offices. So this is just part of the many questions that I had been asking myself when I watched that video.
And the harassments start from the smallest unit to the largest, from the largest to the smallest. The one that you can't even imagine would happen, you understand? And it instills fear to young girls like us, because I'm also thinking that they're also affected. They're also being affected.
Yes.
Because as long as you are above 18, then it means you can be legally employed. But that age bracket between 18 to
Around 40.
around 40,
Yeah.
that's a group of people who are young. That's the young generation. That's us. Some who are married, some who are not yet. But the fact is, that's young generation. That's us. Now I'm worried, or we should be worried for the girls who are growing up, for those who are yet to turn 18 or are about to turn 18. What is their place in the society? What will happen to them? How will they view life from after they have already watched Nini? They have already watched the report.
Because social media does not forget.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And I'm sure right now, everyone is already informed. Everyone is already informed.
You know, my sisters, when it comes to this matter, everyone is struggling to make a day, just to have something at the end of the day. But then when it comes to this act of going after women so that you give them work, where will be the place of a man in the society be when it comes to looking for work? Do you want to tell me that they have to pay first for them to get a job?
And that reminds me of something I did on Tuesday. I was talking about the boy child, and I was saying they also need to be saved. Only for this report to be released, actually the following day, on Wednesday, this week. And I was shocked. Okay, it is not surprising because it has been there, but I was somehow shocked. And just as he has said, what happens to the male child? Not that we are justifying that the ladies should be favored or anything. What we are saying,
It's like their interview on that case will be just sex. How about men? What are you going to do? You know?
and what happens is now the man, the boy child here, will start saying that we have been forgotten, that we are not being given opportunities. Yet it is the same men who are suppressing other men by suppressing women in the society.
And I love the way you've positioned it. Suppressing other men by suppressing women in the society. And you began by saying that it's a social Tuesday.
Friday.
Oh,
Fridays.
woo! Forgive me.
Yes.
It's a social Friday. And when we talk about being social, that aspect of humanity comes in.
Yeah.
Right. And when you talk about the boy child, let you not only look at the boy child from the point of what will be asked of them once they are going for job interviews. Rather, we should also look at it from this point of view. What sort of managers will we bring out of these young men?
Sure.
Wow.
I guess.
Wow.
Because this young
Sure.
man is like, I never got an opportunity when I needed this job. Simply because this manager wanted more women
Yes.
so that he could ask for sexual favors from these women.
Yeah.
Because I, as a man, cannot satisfy this fellow man.
Yes.
True.
So the number of women getting jobs is higher to an extent that me, the young man, is left out in the cold, right? Once me, this young man, becomes a manager, will I carry on with the same legacy? Employ more women?
More women.
Of course.
Use them for sexual favors,
course.
deny the young man job, because I was also a young man, denied job, forced to tarmac and to find my way through.
True, true. And if at all, you'll have to employ a young man, then you'll be asking for money, for a ransom. You get it? Yeah. That's what will be the case now.
Anyway, when you talk of it, let's take this route that we are trying, that in the society we fight this heinous act. But then at the end of the day, not everyone will just do the same. But what you're going through, right? Like in the case of a government that was in place, now they are coming after those people who are harassing them, you know. So it will be like you bringing up something that has been, it will be continuous in that shoot. You know, it will be continuous, and at the end of the day, we are not just going to get into fire and go other places that even I don't know. I really don't know where we'll be heading to as a society. Because when it comes to such things, let papers work, right? Let interviews be carried on for jobs. Equality, because at the end of the day, when you are watching that video, I guess you saw the women who were crying loud, that right now I'm infected, right? It wasn't by mistake, or it was not hard for me to refuse the job or the offer, but then I have a family, I have children in school, you know. In fact, there was an incident of one woman who was saying that it reached a point after I have refused for long to give in. My children were not going to school, you know, because my husband has no income, I don't have income. So it reached a point that I had to give in for this manager. So that I just can get 15,000 Kenyan shillings a month. You know, 15,000 Kenya shillings. Now, after giving in a few, she's infected. You know.
And then my question is, work ethics. Where have we placed our work ethics? I mean, before you're setting in someone as a manager to manage a whole plantation farm, what have you considered?
Yeah. And you know, let me just interrupt for a second.
Yes.
That these women, it's not like they never reported. It's not like they remained silent.
Yeah.
They did.
But whoever they were going to never took the correct action or the measures that were supposed to be taken to
And
do away with
and
the
allow me
situation.
cut you short. Is it also an issue of gender? Did they report this to a masculine gender
Yes,
or
of
a
course.
fellow woman? You know.
Okay, I was watching an undercover that was done by the fellow journalist to that, the investigative journalist. Now, this undercover was mentioning that I had to report because there was, I think, back in the year 2011 or 2012, such cases were rising up. You know, so they had to put policies in place for sexual harassment in plantation farms. But then the manager himself, while he was recruiting these people, you know, number one thing that he was saying is that if at all you are harassed sexually, come and report. But he is the number one person breaking the same policy, you know. Now you're going to report the same case to the same person who is breaking the policy. What do you expect? What do you expect?
No action.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You know, it would be like you are jumping from this fire to the next fire.
And what about the local authorities around this area?
The local
Because I'm sure
authorities,
these women have tried to reach out to them.
they have, you know. And I just liked the Kericho government, county government. They are acting too late. You know? Okay, it's funny in a way, but it just tells you that there is something in the county
Yeah.
government that is, again,
And it's quite amusing that this report had to be aired to us Kenyan citizens via BBC.
via BBC.
Via BBC.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
We have our own Citizen TV, we have our own NTV, we have our own...
everywhere.
We
You know,
just had to see it on an international platform. So humiliating.
number two, Rodabuya, we have security forces in that place.
Do you, Sasa?
You know, they are there.
Or
They are
according to
working.
them, their only security issues ni Al-Shabaab. Hizo zingine vitu ndogo ndogo si vitu za kuangaliwa.
Let me tell you, for a fact and for record, that when such a case is taken to any security officer, either a policeman, either mzee wa mtaa, either anybody, the first thing, you know, that this person will tell you, kanyagia chini, history isijulikane, you know.
And what again also happens is, like for instance, you report that manager. Remember, your income and his income are not the same.
They are not the same.
So he will just go to the authority that you went to
Yeah.
and bribe him.
Bribe him, exactly.
And that's how it ends. And that's how it ends.
You cannot afford a lawyer.
Exactly.
You can't.
Exactly.
And number
If these
two,
people are struggling to make ends meet, how will they afford to
to
make
do
a
after
follow-up?
case, surely.
Exactly.
Number two, remember that you're just looking for an income, you know. At the end of the day, when you go and report, will your work be secure?
That's another issue.
You know?
Actually, they were saying that has been the reason why they are always afraid. And if
Yes.
you realize, they never show their faces.
Sure.
They were afraid of their work, that it will be terminated.
So you need to guard your job, though it's a mistake for an individual also, but you guard your job with a disease. You know, that is the saddest truth of this matter.
Wow. What a society.
Yeah. What happened to our humanity?
We have public health officers. Don't they go to these plantations? Do some ground digging? Or nobody cares? It's your business, my business. It's up to you. Hiyo ndio level yenye tumefika kama wa Kenya.
Yeah.
Bebe mzigo wako ni bebe mzigo wangu.
Tende. You know.
So sad.
Whatever happened. You know, I'm just thinking the kind of psychological state that these women are in. Like just like the way you had mentioned earlier. How will they view other men? How are they able to approach? I even congratulate them for having that courage to speak out.
Yeah, sure.
Because there was one who was saying they don't feel like there's anyone who will understand them.
Like,
Where-
may I interrupt? Like, there was at some point, there was a lady who was saying that after reporting such a case to my family members, that was the end of me and them.
Exactly.
My
Stigma.
husband my family members, my children. That was the end of it all.
Wow.
The part of understanding.
Mm.
No
Yes.
one will understand.
No one.
Now you're seen as the problem,
The bad
the
person.
black sheep.
It's sad.
Yeah.
And we were just not seeing the tea plantation only. There are very many organizations, institutions, and places of work that ladies have to give in their bodies to secure a job. You know? Right now, very many people don't have jobs, so they must look for a way just to get a job. If it is through the body, let it be. I'm ready, you know? Mm.
And there's no other option.
No other option.
They're left to a point where if I don't do this,
Mhm.
I might not have a meal for the next day. I might not have school fees,
Yes.
clothes,
Yes,
even to the smallest thing like sanitary pads.
exactly.
And this is so sad. Then it means these people are taking advantage of the vulnerability
Yeah.
and the situation we are in.
Mhm.
First of all, by the mere fact that our country right now, we are in an economic crisis. Where everything, there's so much inflation of the basic commodities that everyone needs.
Yes.
And what do you think the government can do?
I mean, the government should do just anything that it can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just anything, because I remember President Ruto's slogan has always been bottom up,
Yes.
from bottom. Now, these are the people who are in the bottom
Yeah.
that he needs to urgently attend to now that he himself as the president has seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing the target audience of these managers are the defenseless,
Yeah.
Yes.
the vulnerable, the powerless. There's nothing that they can do. You know, women that have been left optionless. It's either this or nothing.
And Rhoda, just to say, I don't want to hear this nonsense of saying that the government should talk with British government. These are Kenyans.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is a Kenyan,
Yeah.
right?
A
So,
Kenyan to a Kenyan.
A Kenyan to a Kenyan, you know? So there's nothing like talking to, I don't know, someone in
The foreign
Britain.
bodies in charge of this tea plantation.
For what? Number one, these culprits, they should be jailed. You know? I guess the constitution is saying that anyone who goes against that law should go for a jail for 15 years, if I'm not wrong. Is there anything that is
And I think that
barring
is
these
where
people?
we can start from extra policies being implemented. Like, once as a woman I've presented a case before you, this manager is this, and this. There should be no room for negotiation.
No room.
Yeah.
In fact, for these two managers whom there should be no room for negotiation.
Yeah.
And they should be put behind bars for a very long time to serve as example
And
to
you-
managers out there.
Yes.
And this is the only way we will scare, you know, the likes of men like this one. Because if I take them in, I file them a bond of 500,000. What is that to
Is
them?
that is monthly salary for him.
Within 20
Yeah.
minutes, they've cleared and they're out again, back to their acts.
Yes.
Back to these very same women who reported them. And I'm sure this time around they will be even more brutal.
Bars.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Even more brutal.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And you realize the DPP has said that there will be investigations, and I wonder
What
What
are we
investigation?
investigating?
Yeah, what are we investigating?
Because these things are
when
there
we
live
have
in
when
the
we
open.
have witnesses, we have the victims, we have everything. What is there to be investigated?
In as
And I
much
keep
as
wondering.
there is that structure for, I don't know, DPP,
Police case.
police case, blah, 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 you go and write statement. I don't know. They should do it with the very minimal time they can do it.
With the immediacy and the
Immediacy.
urgency they serve. Because do you want to tell me that I as the manager, once I've seen I'm out there I will let these workers go on and give in the same statements that no,
No?
I will blackmail them. I'll kill your child. I'll
Yes.
kill your husband. I'll kill you if you go on with these allegations. Unakuta, after 2 weeks, the DPP is here to question me and I'm like, no, I never said that. It wasn't me.
It wasn't.
I wasn't there.
I don't know
I've
what you're
been
talking about.
threatened. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've been threatened. My child has been threatened. My life is threatened. You are up there in Nairobi giving orders. Me, I am here with this same guy. You see?
You know, I feel like the government has not been doing much because this thing, it's not that new. It's not that new. It's just that it has been imemulikwa and it has now been seen. But it is not really that new. If at all there were reports being done, yet nothing was happening.
Yeah.
Then it means our government really has to up its game.
And I know
Yeah.
the only thing that has made this thing receive audience is because BBC has aired it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why this thing has received audience.
Yeah.
Else, it would have gone down the drain like other stories.
Anyway, I just hope that things will be different moving forward.
Moving forward, yeah.
Yeah, that we will not have to sell our bodies so that we can secure jobs.
Yes.
And for men, they will not have to give
Bribe.
bribes
Yes.
so that they can also secure maybe employment.
And we have women representatives. What are they doing?
Yeah, especially in those places.
In
Yeah, in
these
those places.
areas,
What are
yes.
they doing?
Mm.
We have organizations championing for the rights of women, for the safety of women and young girls. These are the cases that they ought to be handling because I believe the organizations are being funded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either
And-
governmental or non-governmental. They're being funded for this very same issue. Then what are they doing?
And I guess also there should be an organization yenye inafinya hawa wanaume.
Exactly.
Organization ya wanaume yenye inafinya wanaume wenye na tunaibishwa mbaya sana.
Tumelala sisi sote. Acha tuseme tumelala sisi sote.
Yes.
Si government peke yake imelala.
Not only government, even us.
You know, it starts from the smallest unit because from the nyumba kumi person to the chief, to the DO, to the DC, to everyone, up to the women rep,
Acha
MCA
tuseme
and
by
everyone.
HR wa hizi
Organization.
wanafanya nini?
Wanafanya kazi
Yeah,
gani?
yeah, yeah,
You know?
Wanafanya nini? Kwani kazi ya HR ni gani?
yeah. I mean, people should be responsible. We should be responsible and treat each other with humanity because just imagine, you know, what is, I was wondering what was going on in the minds of these men. How would they feel if it was their daughter, their wife being undergoing that kind of situation? How do they themselves protect, I mean, show love to their daughters? Do they even respect their wives back at home?
Now, Hannah, you know, just to say that at all, you know, any man will dare go just to speak or touch the wife or the daughter to this manager. I'm telling you, the same night, you'll be in jail. The same night.
Kula marago.
Yes, the same night. Lakini ni kinaya kwamba unapata eti yeye mwenyewe sasa ndiye mnyama akiwa kazini.
Oh God.
Ndiye mnyama wa hali ya juu.
But unajua pia Waswahili husema na kwamba dunia ni mzunguko na siku yao ya 40 imefika. Imefika. And I just hope action will be taken to these people. Yeah. This should stop and there should be an example
Yeah, they should.
to other men out there.
Let's hope so, because we need to set the ground for the next manager.
Okay, so as we conclude, what will be your final remarks? Maybe let's start with you.
Okay, thank you, Anna. So, my final remarks comes from a humanitarian point of view. Let us all treat each other with the respect that human beings ought to accord each other. You know, the same way I would expect another man out there to treat my sister, to treat my wife, to treat my brother. let me also accord the same to this stranger that has come to me in pursuit of a job.
Yes.
So let us all embrace humanity. And I'm calling upon the government to take a personal initiative on conducting a manhunt for such managers, because we need to deal with this issue from the roots.
Yeah.
More like setting a trap for these managers, having them do what do we call it? Display their true colors for us out there, and after they've done that, we nab them. It might seem as a difficult venture by urging these women not to really run away, once they're faced with a manager that is after sex, but rather push on with the aim of having this manager brought to book, having this manager's antics being exposed in the public domain, and having the local authorities or the national authorities come in and take action. So these women ought not to, let me say, run away or remain silent, but they should keep on talking and pushing, even when they feel they're not being heard. Let them keep on saying, hey, this is what is going on. This man is seeking for sex first in order for him to employ any female workers. The Bible says, remind them, even if they know. So we should keep on pushing and talking about this, not only for these women who are in these plantations, but organizations out there. Let us have policies, let us have forums, because these are things that are already in our society. Let us talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and fight against it,
Yeah.
Because if it only took for BBC to talk about it in order for us Kenyans to get their attention, then it means there's something we're not doing. Yeah.
Now, Rodayeb said that remind them, even if they know, right? Now, I'm still reminding them, for they know, right? Now that we are looking for this job, and also even that word that you have said, there's also a word that says that if you know that this is wrong and you ought to do it, then you're doing the wrong thing, right? Now, for ladies, don't give in your body so as to secure that job. It is better for you to sleep without food for just a day. It is better for you to sleep a week without job, earning anything. But at the end of the day, you are safe. Because is there any need of you going after job by giving in your body for sex to secure the same job, and at the end of the day, you end up with a disease?
Terminal illness.
You know?
HIV has no cure.
It has no cure, right?
Yeah.
Stigma is here. STS, they're here. So let's not go after something that you're saying that, I don't know, we are looking for what? Yes, of course, we are looking for the root cause of everything, and setting up something that we are going to say that the next managers or the next people that you're going to call them your colleagues, you're going to have a good rapport with them, right? But then don't give in your body in exchange of earning anything. Your body is more important than that income.
The question which many will be asking, or which I would like to ask, is how many will be willing not to give in their bodies? I might be willing, but remember, the reason why this person is doing this, it's not because they want to.
Exactly.
It's because they have been pushed to the wall. Like there's no other option for them. There might be options, but for that person, she's not seeing any other option. She has to feed her kids. She has to provide school fees because her husband is not in the position to do that. And even if
he has a job, maybe whatever they're bringing together is not enough.
You know, Hannah, we're trying to look at the long goal term, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to look, because now you're going for this job, 15,000 per month, so that equals to how much per day? 600 to 800 per day, right?
Yeah.
Now you're looking for this 600 a day, forgetting that having a disease, HIV and AIDS, it will cost you thousands of money, right, to get medication.
Let me cut you short. I mean, these plantations are there for us to earn a living out of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
My point is,
Yes.
it is these men who ought to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Why are you in the first place asking for sex? I mean,
Don't go.
no. The advice shouldn't be me not giving into sex. The advice should be these managers not asking for sex from employees.
Yeah.
Don't run or jump into place of temptation.
It's like, no, there's no temptation here, Langa.
There's no
temptation here, my
This is
brother.
like temptation.
You're getting this thing all wrong.
We are having
Don't
someone.
jump
You're
into
getting
this
no.
place.
You're getting
You know
this
that-
all wrong. You're
you know-
getting this all wrong.
You know, Rodabui and Hannah, there's no harm. It is not wrong.
So are you simply saying that it is right for these managers to ask for sex
Haven't
in the
finished
name
my
of me
point.
not
My
giving into
point is-
temptation?
My point is, let me give you an example, right? If at all you are told to jump into fire, it is not wrong. Do you know that?
Look,
You know, we need to apply
Do
logic.
you agree with me first? It is not wrong.
We
Whatever.
need to apply
We are all
logic.
right. We are all right.
Right?
But look, let me just tell you this. We are all correct. But we have to take action that will be more effective. Langat, I've just told you that these people, it's not like they are willing to give in their bodies so that they can have those jobs. It's because they're desperate. And not so many young girls and women out there will be willing to go hungry or to see their children going hungry or not going to school just so that they don't in the name of not getting that job or in the name of ensuring that the motives of that manager don't succeed.
Because
No,
Langat,
but-
you're more of like saying it's okay for these managers to ask for sex. So it's up to you to say no or
I'm
yes
not-
to them.
With your
Okay,
point, I
get
feel
me
like
clear.
no. Let me
Get
just
me
say
clear.
this. I feel like the trend will just continue
Yeah.
going on because, just as I've said, not so many people
Will say no.
Will say no. Yeah.
Now,
Because
Hannah,
this,
you know,
the target
you're looking
audience
for a
here
job.
are the vulnerable, the poor. Because I mean, no lady who can afford to pay her rent, who can afford to take her children to school, will say yes to a man asking for sex in a plantation farm. No, these
But,
are the less privileged women who
remember-
have no place to turn to.
Remember
So when you
this.
say
Remember this, Hannah. You know, this is not the first place and the last place that you're going to get the job, right? It is not
No,
the first
for
place
this
and
person-
the last place,
for this
right?
person
No,
it is.
But then,
Listen,
when you
listen.
come in
For
with a
this
point
person
of
it
telling me
is.
that
That is why they are still
they are-
there.
they are
That is
looking
why
for
they
jobs,
are
right?
still there.
they're looking for jobs, right? Now, if at all you find the manager doing the same mistake, let the authority deal with them seriously. Number two, it will not end if you continue giving in. It will not stop.
Yeah, you're correct. But what we are saying is that action should be taken against these managers.
Yes, let the action be taken. And number two, don't give in.
Then I think then this should be the case. If these women could collect evidence, concrete evidence, that whenever these people are persuading them, then that would really help, even in the process of not giving in.
It's a collective responsibility.
Yeah, it's a collective
Because-
responsibility.
Evidence is already there.
Anyway, you're talking.
And the larger bit of it lies in the local authorities, because it's them who have the power to take these managers out. It's them who have the power to dethrone these managers and make them powerless.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't. What I can say is my last point. Don't go to this place of temptation, saying that
Don't call it a
action.
temptation.
Yeah,
Don't call it a
don't call it a
Okay, it's
temptation.
like
is
a
not a
temptation
temptation.
cause.
It's not.
Okay,
not.
let's call it
How is it a
fireplace,
It's not.
right?
It's not as if I went there seeking for sex and wow.
All the same, don't give in. Don't give in. Don't give
Yeah.
in for what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. They shouldn't give in. Plus, action should be taken against
These
these
managers.
managers,
Yeah.
these people, and not only in tea plantations, but in other organizations, in every field of work out there, because I'm sure and I'm certain that this is not just happening in tea plantations. It's out there and it has been there, but it needs to stop.
Yeah,
It needs to stop.
it has to.
And it's true. Yeah, we need to say no as girls,
Yes.
but action also needs to be
To be
taken
taken.
against
The
these people.
managers.
Yeah, so that has been our today's episode on Social Friday. Hashtag I have a dream of a beautiful society. It's our collective responsibility to create this beautiful society. Yeah, all of us. And it is possible and we can do it. Yeah, my name is Wangire Njeri and I've been with Dennis Langat and Rhoda Abuya. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let's meet again next week on our next videos. Bye bye.
Ciao.